Hi family, welcome to Cooking with Abba. Today we're going to be making baked jollof. Yes, such a baked jollof. This is baked jollof for beginners 101. All you need to know about making the finest and coolest baked jollof. And this is superb because this is beans jollof. Beans jollof, dear, the beauty about it is that it is already balanced because there's already proteins and everything in. And this one has vegetables in as well. Into tea, 1 pot. Tea now. So you start with your beans, you need to wash it and then you need to cook it. So you can soak it before you even cook it. That saves you cooking time and energy as well. And because I wanted it a bit colored, I added the sorghum leaves or the WAAKYE leaves. You can equally use red beans as well for it. So you just need to start by cooking the beans because that takes a longer time. And I'm going to blend some garlic, ginger, pepper, and onion. Then I had a bit of bell pepper or green pepper, and then scallions or spring onions just to add more flavor to it because I was not going to do heavy spicing. Then I blended everything. Then in my saucepan, I just added in a bit of oil. Then I poured in the blend. For this one, I was not using fresh tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if you'd want to. But for this, I was just using the tomato mix or tomato paste. And as again, at the funny in tomato. And so you can do that with the fresh tomatoes as well. Anyhow you go with your sauce, it's going to work out perfectly. So you're going to cook this till it is well done and the bubbles are less. Then you add in your tomato mix or your tomato paste in there. Until the we are now when you know mama. Then I like to add a bit of beef to it to add in more nice, Ghanaian texture to it, that thing. Now then chink a so you just need to let it also cook properly. Let the beef, release its oil and the salt also balance. Then for this one, I used GINO herbs and spices because that actually has quite a lot of the spices in there as well. Then I mixed everything up and then I still checked for the salt. It was okay for me because I was going to add salt into the beans. So I didn't need to have that too salty. Now, once the beans is cooked and soft enough, you can then take off the leaves and then you can add in your salt. When you're cooking beans, I always say, make sure you are about finishing before you put in your salt. Yes. So the stew to add more color to it, you can add in beetroot. So I added in beetroot as well. That was the first vegetable that went in. That's also going to get your jollof looking nicer. And kids can be a bit picky when it comes to vegetables. So when it goes in early, it blends in for them not to see. So once your beans is soft enough, your salt goes in, and then you can also mix your sauce for the jollof to be sure that everything is well balanced in there. So I'm just going to add in the rest of the vegetables because the stew was done there. Realize the bubbles was all good in there. Then I added in the rice. So the vegetables I used, you can find them in the description button, but any vegetables of your choice. And I added in some sausage as well because kids always love sausage. Yes, so those also goes in. Then you need to make sure that you toast this up a bit. Make sure that really want how because if you want it to get out grainy and nice, you need to fry it a little bit in there. So I'm just letting the heat go to it just a little so that the stew goes into the rice properly. I've not added any water. It's just the stuff in there. And because I checked with the beans, the water around the beans, I knew I was going to work with it. So I just didn't want to add in any extra water. So once I was okay with the should I say the frying of the rice in the sauce and everything, I then added in my beans. So you can just toss the rice in there for like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes maximum. Then you can add in your beans. Once you pour it in, just put the fire off and then you pour it into your baking pan. If you don't have a pan you can bake in, you can equally do that in your pirate bowl or a glass friendly baking bowl. Yes, you just need anything which is oven friendly. That's the most important thing. And you don't really need to cook it fire so much before it goes into the oven. Once the water or the liquid base goes onto it, just pour it out and put it into the oven. It takes you a total of 40 to 45 minutes on heat of 270 degrees to cook your jollof perfectly. Yes, and sometimes you can even get it well done if it's a small batch within 30 minutes. It depends. If you want it a bit hard or a bit grainy, 30 minutes can even do for you. But for me, I like it a bit soft, and 45 minutes, that's the trick for me. I did 30 minutes first, then I took it out just to mix everything up because sometimes the top can be a bit grainy, but the down will be done. Even with your jollof, where it's on fire. Ebanesa. So after 30 minutes, I took it out and then I mixed everything up. So because my baking pan has no lid, I just covered it up with some foil. If you don't have aluminium foil around, you can use parchment paper or you can use your brown paper or white paper. Just make sure that you oil it. Na afokaka. Now they are faso. Now they are and also so every amal. So once I'm done, I just placed it back into the oven. And I'm a fan of plantain. So what I did was, as I was going in for the last 15 minutes, I cut some ripe plantains and then I just, dice it slim, kakra. And I'm the griddle to go into the oven as well. And, because when you bake plantain, it comes out very, very sweet. I added a bit of salt onto it to at least beat down the sugars a bit. And then also went into the oven. And as I was waiting for it to finish up in the last 15 minutes lap, I just did my coleslaw, which is a cabbage, carrot, just a little bit of onion and then bell pepper, and my mayo. I've taught this recipe on the channel already, the coleslaw recipe, and a lot of salad recipes as well. You can check some of them out as well. So there's a nice recipe you can do whenever you're making your baked jollof. You can make your plantain alongside and then your salad alongside. This is cool vibes for you to take advantage of. Yes. So after 45 minutes maximum, my jollof was just how I wanted it. And you remember I just did one mixing or one, fra when it was 30 minutes. That was all. So this one gives you less stress when you're doing your jollof when it comes to the baked jollof. And when you bake your plantain too, you see you're not using so much oil, they are all going away. And I served it. Yes, my pineapple inspired baked jollof. Yes, I just tried to shape it like a pineapple, just presentation sake for the kids. So yes, you can serve your baked jollof with your plantain, your coleslaw. If you want to add in extra protein like egg, chicken, anything you want to add in, you can add it as well. But this is already balanced in there. I hope you did learn a lot from this video. Do support us with your views, like, and most importantly, do subscribe to the channel. Till I see you in the next food video, do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of love for my team and I.